Okay, the secret of the girl crush in a box illusion revealed. Magic secrets revealed.
For his next illusion, the magician will employ this curious-looking device that has a long plunger on one end.
Guys, I don't know about this.
Resting on a thin table, this large box is shown to be completely empty.
This is fine. It used to be so good.
Both the front and back sides are open, so we can see everything. The magician calls in one of his beautiful assistants. Looking at her costume, we can almost see everything. He wants us to take a good look at the girl because she's about to get inside that box. A perfect fit, just like her costume.
Okay, dude.
The magician calls in his other assistants and the fun begins.
Okay, dude.
They draw shades in the back and the front of the box and secure them to the face of the plunger. The line drawing on the front is a fair depiction of the girl inside, with a little artistic license here and there. We get the idea. He hands the girl a red silk handkerchief as a lovely parting gift. Whenever a girl gets into a magical box, we can assume something is about to happen to her. As she continues to wave bye-bye, the magician backs up to the end of the plunger. Without warning, he pushes the plunger forward, presumably crushing everything in its path. But the girl is still waving. There's barely enough room for her inside. She pulls the handkerchief into the box, and the magician pushes the plunger.
There's something behind it we can't see. It's her
completely crushing the girl.
Sure.
As we can see, there is nothing left inside the box except for the long plunger. The girl has been completely flattened.
Okay.
Her lovely co-workers don't seem to mind. Catty. The magician withdraws the plunger, and we can see that nothing untoward has happened to the line drawing of the girl. But will her amazing lines fare so well? The assistants rotate the box so we can see that the shade and back has also been restored to its original condition.
Under maybe? Guys.
And now to get a look inside.
The girls are juiced at the wazoo. Of course I didn't see shit.
He
Guys,
gives a magical wave and commands one of the assistants to open the shade.
he could have rebuilt the whole box. I would have noticed.
There's the girl, and she's not the least bit flattened. Another incredible illusion that demands a credible explanation. So how did the magician crush his assistant flat as a pancake? As usual, the secrets are inside the box. The first secret lies deep within the base. It's actually much deeper than it appears. Closer inspection reveals a trap door in the false bottom and a secret compartment below that is nearly a foot deep. See? Lots of room to store a girl who is physically fit. The left side of the box isn't solid. It's made of spandex, concealing another hiding place. When the illusion begins, the girl climbs into the box and the shade is drawn. But with the shade open, we can see how she quickly opens the trap door and slides her legs into the compartment in the base. She presses her back against the spandex, which allows her torso to hide in the side.
Interesting.
The magician gives her a handkerchief to wave through a hole in the top of the box. This creates the illusion that she is still relaxing in the center of the box. But without the shade, we can see that she is already in her hiding spot by the time the handkerchief is placed into her grip. She pulls it down seconds before the magician drives the plunger all the way into the box, making it appear that she has been completely crushed.
Okay, what did it?
Without the shade, we can see that the plunger can slide all the way in without harming her, even though it is pressing tightly against her. The secret here is that the face of the plunger is also made of spandex. When it presses against her, It's like she's being crushed between two soft pillows.
Okay, dude.
Nice. All that's left to
Nice.
complete the illusion is to reverse the action. The plunger is withdrawn, and the girl immediately climbs back out of the base. She replaces the false bottom and gets ready for the moment of her big reveal. And that's how to put a crush on a girl without breaking her heart.
Good one. Next one.
xQc.
Again. 13 actually.
xQcOW.
The magician will now attempt to cheat death with a dramatic test of his superhuman endurance. This is the same experiment that was featured on a live nationwide television broadcast by a street magician who's known for hanging upside down, living underground, and pretending to freeze himself in a giant block of ice.
Isn't this a pure oxygen
The
thing?
magician shows the clock and lovely timekeeper who will keep track of his minutes underwater in this giant glass tank. As always, do not attempt this or any of the magician's dangerous illusions or escapes. He is a highly trained professional with a team of safety experts standing by. He has been training with Navy SEALs for the past 6 months to pull off this feat. He's going to attempt to set a new world's record for holding his breath underwater. To do so, he's learned to expand his lung capacity and slow his breathing by putting himself into a state of suspended animation. This trance-like condition will allow him to stay underwater without gasping for air.
That's true, I think. I don't think this is the cap one. I think it's actually true.
He makes his way to stairs that lead to a platform that surrounds the top of the tank.
Can I do it? Dude, I could do about a minute 15 in the hot tub.
At the ready are 2 more assistants. They will closely monitor his safety and alert the paramedics if anything goes wrong. He takes a few deep breaths and concentrates on slowing his heart and expanding his lungs.
On the tub? I don't know. I think like, I don't know. Me and my brother used to do that all the time. Like, holding as long as we could.
Into the tank.
And we were better in the hot tub
Hold your breath with him and see how long you can last.
than in the cold water.
He will not come up for air until time is up. He's attached his feet to weights that secure him to the bottom of the tank until he slips into his hyper trance. We'll see how long he can stay in this position.
Well, he's also wearing a mask and he's fully clothed, which is kind of stupid for
Are
this
you
trick.
still holding your breath? Note that the tank is definitely filled with water, and he's not hiding behind a phony glass wall. The risk of drowning is very real. Nearly a minute has gone by.
Wait, is he calling out David Blaine or whatever, dude?
How many of you
Or
have
is it
had
older?
to take a breath by now?
Oh, okay, he is. That's a lot of
magician is
bubbles.
slowly slipping into his state of relaxed consciousness.
Well,
That's a minute 30 seconds.
in all fairness,
Let's jump
it could be
ahead.
the air pockets in his clothing.
The magician is now beginning to show signs of panic. It must be hard to relax underwater in that scary costume. Two minutes 45 seconds. Anyone still holding their breath?
No. I've died a long time ago.
He seems to be releasing some air bubbles from beneath his mask. His assistants are still at the ready in case he needs help. I wonder if he's okay. Another minute has gone by and the magician is still underwater and going into his trance. Some more bubbles escape from the magician's mask. He releases his feet and does the dead man's float inside the tank. Note that his head and face are still underwater. There is no way for him to breathe. His assistants check to make sure he hasn't expired.
Expired.
One of them places her hand on his neck to feel his pulse. The other keeps her hand on his back. By touching a pressure point, she can monitor his body movements for any sudden jerks or contortions that would indicate distress. Outside the warehouse, a mobile hospital has been set up in the event of the worst.
Dude, she could be wiring him oxygen from that point of view with the camera. It's kind of lame.
Up above, his assistants are still monitoring his movements.
Well, the camera angle, she could have a wire
so far,
that's
no
just
need to call for the
pumping
paramedics.
air into like
Standing by
some sort of
without a
tank,
camera.
and he has a rebreather. She could be hiding all that air in those
He's not at the
floaters.
tank, and there are no camera tricks. We will jump ahead for the sake of time. The magician is halfway toward his goal. He's past the 9-minute mark on the way to 18 minutes plus. The state of super measured breathing and extreme laxation is working, though there is a serious risk of permanent damage if enough oxygen does not reach the brain. However, the assistants don't see any reason to break his trance and pull him out of the water. Another minute has gone by. The magician has not moved a muscle. Let's hope this dead man's float doesn't have deeper implications.
I think the trick is that he's dead already.
Ancient mystics were alleged to hold their breath for days using this same method of corpse-like stillness, though ancient stories are prone to be exaggerated. The current world record is just over 15 minutes. On TV, a certain street magician went for 17. The masked man wants to top that. He's got just over 6 more minutes to go. Regulating his metabolism by fasting and living in an oxygen-rich environment for the last
Stupid mask allow him to
24 hours
breathe in the
has helped
back
prepare
of
his
the
body
mask.
for this challenging stunt.
Which it's a trick though, right? This one time.
His heart is pumping
Because he's gonna explain it,
slowly and
huh?
maintaining his breathless
It's a
trance.
trick for sure.
Let's jump ahead again. He's past 16 minutes now.
Chat. Let's
The
say
goal is now
let's say
within
he had
Did
2
he make it?
pipes in his nugget,
I don't dare ask if any of
Right?
you watching
And then we're
are
going
able
back
to
to the
hold their
mask,
breath this long.
and then
I gave up
behind
after
it.
the first
He
5
could breathe,
seconds.
right?
Then again, I have the perfect excuse. I get paid to talk about what's going on.
Chat.
But you don't
Is he gonna
need me
explain
to
it?
tell you that the magician has
I kind of want to move forward a little bit.
He is suspended in the water, in his state of suspended animation. We can see all the way around the tank. 17 minutes. He's already beaten the other guy. Only for time. I can't take much more of this. Another half minute has passed. How long he's been down there? Or maybe he stopped breathing. 18 minutes, 45 seconds. But he struggles to the platform. World record. 18 minutes, 51 seconds. Get him out. 18 minutes, 51 seconds. A new world's record. But he struggles to the platform. His body is completely drained of strength. He's gasping for air, barely able to stand under his own power. The assistants appear helpless to offer him support because he's told them in advance that he wants to do it alone.
Oh, dude, I can't.
A little wobbly. But there he is, the new world's record holder. Unless, of course, it's just one big trick. We just saw the magician take a death plunge into a large glass tank and hold his breath for more than 18 agonizing minutes, setting a world record and duplicating a famous illusionist to survive this test on live
It's
TV.
trickery.
How did he do it? It's much easier than he tries to make it appear. Here are the secrets. Cleverly hidden inside this pedestal supporting the clock is the first secret. An oxygen tank. You didn't really think he could hold his breath for that long, did you? The magician enters the tank and secures his feet to the weights. He really is holding his breath.
So
But after a
dumb.
short time, he needs the help of a breathing tube that is concealed under his collar. See? It runs from his collar around his neck to a valve behind his head.
I was right!
Magicians without masks use smaller tubes that are undetectable under the water and behind the glass.
I'm gonna look at the bottom. I'm gonna go check. Who said, "Oh, you're so dumb, this is why you dropped out of high school." Fuck you, dude. What is wrong with you, dude?
At the start of the
I had
trip,
it right.
the tube isn't connected. So how does he get oxygen from the tank? The next secret is concealed by this beautiful assistant. Another tube is hidden in her palm. It runs
I
under her
had
costume, up her
both
arms, and down
tricks!
her back. Tricky little devil. The tube continues down to the oxygen. When the girl is in position on the platform, the tube is carefully hidden from view beneath this pad. It goes through the grating and along the backside of the water tank. It runs all the way down the tank to the floor, where it eventually connects to the concealed oxygen supply. When the magician rises up in the dead man's
They're
float
gonna put the
position,
tank
he's
under
signaling his
the
assistants that
fucking
he's
water
running out of
tank.
air. This is when the girl secretly attaches her tube to the one under his collar. Once it's connected, the assistant operating the clock secretly reaches down and starts the flow of oxygen, allowing the magician to breathe easily under the water. All he
Interesting.
has to do is float.
Actually, that wasn't that good. That was really interesting. I don't know why I thought it was. It was fine. It was just fun to watch, but it was kind of troll. It was kind of interesting, but just kind of a dumb conclusion. Okay.